we are back, and today it's an updated Stub Bible. The #1 video you need. Everybody asked me, yo, I know you have 5 million plus stubs. And if you don't believe me, let me think of a name. Let's just go with Trent Grisham. I have 5.3 million stubs right now. And I got the receipts to prove it, okay? So everybody asked me though, how did you get those stubs in the first place? And that's why today we're going to go through all of the best stub making methods, from the most basic to the most advanced. We're going to start off with the ones that, you know, they're kind of the lower ones. And then we're going to go towards all the way up to the top, which is obviously investing. You can see here I got a bunch of Mr. Trent Grisham. So here we go. Starting things off, smash that like and subscribe button. And if you want to make the most stubs, really what you should do is become a member of the channel and make tons and tons of stubs with great access to spreadsheets like this. The diamond spreadsheet. You get the profit for every single pitcher in the game currently. And we project these guys out with a pretty good formula. And then also, silver to gold exchange. Let's just talk about silver to gold exchange first. That is a pretty good method, and you can see that this spreadsheet right here tells you, if you're a Dime member, the current silver to gold exchange profit per flip. So the silver to gold exchange, like this is an older example, but you can see here, there's a couple different combinations you can do. 379s, 178, 478s, 177, 1075s, 677s, and basically it tells you that for every pack right now, you'd be getting 458 profit, 449 profit, 521 profit, 557 profit. And so really, you know, if I was to come in and do this, like let's just say I'm not going to do this efficiently. You know, what you would do is you would do the 379s and 178. You don't want to go over 18,000 because you're wasting stubs. But basically, you'd be getting this pack. And if you did this in a large sample size, that spreadsheet says, all right, you'd be getting, you know, 500 stub profit on average per pack. So you did 100 of them, you make 100 times 500, 50K stubs. 50K stubs, and usually it takes about an hour to get 100 packs done. Pretty passive method too, because you put in the orders for those silvers at night. So the silver to gold exchange, let's just talk about that first. There it is. The next thing is going to be Conquest hidden reward packs. Go to Conquest. Now, I don't recommend playing Conquest most of the time, but if you look up on the internet, Show Zone, Conquest hidden reward maps, it will show you that every single one of these maps has a couple of spots that give you a pack for just going to it. You don't even have to play a game. You don't have to go anywhere. For instance, it would say, all right, right where this orange is, there's going to be a standard pack. What you would do, you would start your map out, assuming that's me, and you would basically just move. You would move your guys, move your stronghold all the way to that spot. It would say hidden reward discovered, wham, bam, thank you, man. You can go to the next one, keep going, or you can just restart and go the other direction. So do that for every single one of these maps. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I already have so many stubs that I've fallen behind. All these new maps they've been releasing, honestly, I don't even know which ones I've done the Conquest hidden rewards for and which ones I haven't, because all of the new stuff I haven't really been keeping up with. So there probably are still free packs out there for you guys to claim if you can go through, find which maps are the new maps, and then go get your free packs there. It's very, very quick, it takes a low effort, and you can get packs, which are free stubs. Now we go to the mini-season pack methods. Now, over in mini-seasons, if you look at Lefty Long Ball, this is a repeatable pack method. So, in theory, the packs convert into stubs. Depends how lucky you are, I guess. Basically, the method is going to be getting 100 total bases or 100 hits. Geez, total bases, I wish. Look, repeatable, 100 hits with any players, and you get a 20-pack bundle. This could take anywhere from about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on your skill level, and even more than an hour and a half, depending on, you know, if you're really bad at the game, it might take longer. To be fair, though, you're going to be playing on rookie difficulty. You'll be using lefties or switch hitters versus not very good bronze righties. And you can play at a created stadium, which I recommend Highway to Gold as your created stadium in the vault. And you should be able to get a lot of these hits. You'll also probably get home runs along the way too, because you'll be playing at the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, easy stadium where 260-foot home runs will occur. So you'll also be getting a lot of these one-time packs. You'll also probably be getting some other repeatable missions along the way. There's also a repeatable 75 home runs. So, I mean, you'll probably be getting a 2-for-1 type deal where you're getting this deluxe choice pack every once in a while as well. So that mini-season method is also there for the taking. Diamond Quest. And this is something where if I needed stubs, if I was starting out, I needed stubs, I'd be looking at Diamond Quest as the main method for me. So a lot of people always ask, which map is the best? It really comes down to this. Which one will give you the most stubs? If I was to look at the Moonshot event, I would literally just type in, all right, Harrison Bader on the companion app. Make sure you guys have the companion app. But Harrison Bader is going for 16K right now. So this map is about 15,000 stub profit. I'm not even going to, I'll check it. Adam Ottavino. Ottavino is going for 16,600. So this map is automatically better than that one, especially with the packs you get along the way. Ricky Henderson is going for 16,000. McClanahan and Rizzo, I don't think these guys are as expensive for whatever reason. Rizzo is 16,000. So right now, it looks like all those maps are very similar in how efficient they are. Walker Buehler is 13K, but what about the other guys? Yeah, okay, so if Walker Buehler is 13,000 stubs, it doesn't seem like as much. However, Jake Berger is 8,500. So 13 plus 8, that's 21. So right now, this new Threads map is definitely the number one in terms of profit. And usually this one's just slightly behind. So Noah Schultz is 9,000 and Chase Burns is 9,000 as well. So right now, this would be the best, most profitable map. This would be the second most. And I believe that's it. We'll ignore Stott and we'll ignore Crochet for now. I'm just assuming it's not as good as this new Threads one, which is like 20,000 per run. What you want to do, it depends on how good you are. If you're not very good at the game, highly recommend checking out the guys with the highest drag bunts. Guys like Byron Buxton in center field, guys like Ozzie Smith at shortstop. Like if I take a look at Ozzie Smith has 99 drag bunt, so he's basically a guaranteed single every time. There's also some free silver cards. Alan Trammell, 78 overall at short. 79 overall, Brian Roberts at second base, or 78 overall. This guy has 99 drag bunt as well. He's a drag bunting machine. On GO difficulty, he's batting 875 for me, right? So you put in a team of a lot of drag bunters, get those guys on base, play small ball, steal, do what you have to. Or what I like to do is a combination where I have 3 drag bunters at the top and then some big boys on the bottom half of the lineup. You can really do whatever works for you. I highly recommend ambushing as well. If you're not drag bunting, I think ambushing will help you beat this as well. Because when you win on GO difficulty, you're going to have a quite high likelihood of pulling both of these cards, which is why you're going to be basically getting 25,000 stubs, it looks like, on this new Threads map. You know, Diamond Quest really is 30,000 stubs per hour at least. If you're doing that new Threads one, that looks more like 50,000 stubs per hour to me. Because you can do about 2.5 GO difficulty runs all in 1 hour. That's how it's timed out, in my opinion. The next method, and this is a good one, but it's one time every so often, it's Weekend Classic. Weekend Classic comes around every so often, and Weekend Classic gives you very, very good rewards, very good packs. Now, it'll depend on your division again. If you're Bronze 1, Bronze 2, it's worth doing still, but it's not. You're not really getting anything. If you're Silver 1 and higher, this is where stubs start being made. You start earning chase packs. Silver 2 and higher, you actually start getting some pretty solid, good-looking stubs. And then Gold 1 and higher, you're basically guaranteed. You're in the money. You're in the money, especially if you get 4 wins where you get that free 40,000 stub player of Carlos Correa, Corey Kluber, or whoever the bums were the last time around. So Weekend Classic, highly recommend taking advantage of that and making sure your rating is as high as possible. The multiplayer program kind of goes hand in hand. You don't really have to be good to get this done. You need some PXP. PXP you can get by having at bats. So the PXP is very easy. Scoring runs, eventually I feel like you're going to match up with some people that aren't very good. You can play co-op. You can have a friend kind of carry you, right? So, even with the strikeouts. So these missions aren't crazy at all. And you can see along the way, you'll end up getting a lot of pretty solid pulls. You're going to get this World Series Rewind pack. You're going to get some guys in these Premier and Deluxe packs. And then obviously at the end, you'll get a 50-pack bundle, which is valued at 75K stubs. So take advantage of the multiplayer program as well. Just do events. Events is you're not risking anything. Events, you're risking nothing. And you can just play and just try tallying up the stats that you need for this multiplayer program. Now we go to my favorite method right now, is the Team Affinity Color Storm. The Team Affinity Color Storm programs, this is also a good method if you're not very good. This is probably the best method right now if you're not good at the game. What you want to do, hop into the Color Storm, start here, do this moment. This moment's very easy. Again, it's veteran difficulty. Get on base 2 times is this example. And then you can do all of this offline, and it should be very, very easy, especially for new players. You need to get 1,500 PXP with hitters. You have to get 50 total bases with Phillies players, and then you're also going to need to get one other thing. Now, that one other thing, depending on if you've already done the first part of Team Affinity, My Journey, you might have the card. I highly recommend doing that. It makes it faster. Or you'll have to get the 25 strikeouts with that team's player. This Color Rush thing right here is very, very good. We have a massive pack opening coming out this week. Maybe it's already out. You get a lot of packs because once you unlock the Color Rush card, you'll then be able to get PXP with that guy. 500 PXP, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then you get a lot of packs along the way. 150,000 points. Are you insane? You're also going to be unlocking, like I already have this All-Star card. I also have the finest card for the Dodgers. So highly recommend capitalizing on the Team Affinity Color Rush program. You will earn Stubs. That's how I have all these packs right here, just from doing 2 of the Color Rush programs in the last hour or 2. Takes about 30 minutes, I would say, to do 1 Color Rush, or it can take longer depending if you're unlucky and what you need, especially if you need the pitching stats. The last and the best, English, right? The best method this year is, once again, and I hope it always will be, roster update investing. For instance, Spencer Strider is an 84 overall. He quick sells for 1,500. Every 3 weeks, they change his attributes in the game, which can change his overall for all the live series cards, and his quick sell price can then change. If he goes +1 overall to 85, his quick sell price doubles. I have 216 of him. I bought them all at 1,500. I would make 216,000 Stubs if he was to go 85 overall. I mean, it's as simple as that. Now, it takes Stubs to make the Stubs right here. What I like to say is that every 3 weeks, I'll double my Stubs. That's ambitious. Sometimes you're chasing 50% profit, especially if you're waiting to invest. Takes some luck, takes some skill, takes the membership. But roster update investing is definitely the way to go. Along with that, you're not supposed to wait all 3 weeks. For instance, performance flipping is the name of the game. Manny Machado is a good example. Machado, the update hit last time, and Machado went 84. His price on 5/23, you can see it was at 1,500 Stubs, 1,600 Stubs, really. We had him as a buy at 1,600 Stubs. We said, listen, this guy can swing his way to diamond with some power. He comes out, he hits a home run versus the righty, which is his lowest stat is power versus right. And thank you very much, his price goes up in a big way. Looking at his current price, it's up from 1,600 all the way up to 2,200, and it was at 2,800 earlier today. Right now, we're seeing a bit of a pullback in the market while I'm recording this video, but performance flipping is probably at its peak right now. More and more people are investing, more and more people are aware of this method, so more and more people will drive the price up on these cards if they perform well. You want to stay as close to quick sell as possible. Dansby Swanson below 1,300, that's enticing. Pena is all right. There's a lot of good buys, man. And this is the best stub making method in the game right now, for sure. There is an updated version of the Stub Bible. That is what you should be doing to make Stubs to be able to do all of the roster update investing stuff. If you guys have any questions or if I missed a couple of methods, I probably did. Probably did miss some of these methods, like flipping cards. I don't think I've done that once this year. The prices and margins on flipping haven't been great, so I haven't really done that at all. But I do know that flipping has been a method in the past. Besides that, there's not really any other methods that I think I'm missing off the top of my head. So I think that's where we're going to call it a video. Smash the like and subscribe button. Updated Stub Bible. There it is. Peace.